A day of stock manipulation. Going to give you some more information on the previous stream with Sensei and Vaz, and fill in the blanks because it's a day of manipulation. And we know from experience, this always leads into opportunity. That's why there's manipulation before the good stuff. Happens every single time. At least for the last 4 years that I've been doing this, every single day, sitting here watching what goes on, reading between the lines. So what's going on today? Why is the market off? Well, if we pan out, of course, we have to remind ourselves, actually, it's not that bad. We're up 28% on a month. I've made 65 grand in the last in the last week or so. So really isn't that much of a big deal. However, market is going down today, and we know why it is, because it happened at a precise moment in time, and there's lots of it. It's not just Elon Musk, the title of the video. There's much more besides. So shall we talk about it? Shall I give the evidence? Right. So welcome to the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Please tap the like button. Love you to tap the like button. Let's see how many likes we can get, and consider subscribing if you are new here. So just before we get the next rally, which I promised you will come, an all-time high and then 10% up from there and then go flat, we have to have the market sell off. How many times have we covered an earnings call when the earnings looks absolutely fantastic and then we have a dump, we have a sell-off? Well, that's what we've had today. So Elon Musk did a surprise interview. He's not been doing interviews for Tesla for a very long time. In fact, it's something quite new. We're not used to it. He's been working in the government with Doge and giving presentations, of course, at the earnings calls. We've been covering all of those, but it's quite unusual to give a interview. Hasn't been done for quite a while. So why did the market sell off? Why did Tesla spike? Well, I'll show you why. The moment Elon Musk started to speak, or just before, actually, the market, Tesla, shot up, then back down, then shot up, then back down, as Tesla does. Now, this morning, I was on a Spaces call, and I was talking to Sensei, and I was talking to Mark Saxby, and they disagreed with me somewhat when I was talking about Cathie Wood, the way Cathie Wood promotes and manipulates stock. And they were saying, well, I'm not so sure, blah, blah, blah. And there was a little bit of a disagreement there. However, here is the exact evidence of why and how Elon Musk and Cathie Wood and whatever spoil this stock. Now, you might say this is great, but it does keep a lot of people out of buying the stock because there's no reason for it. Or is there? Well, there is really, and I'll tell you, because again, I speak to people all the time that tell me what they're doing and why I said the market's going up. And the market has been very bullish over the last few weeks. It's been rallying and rallying and rallying into this interview, which many knew was going to occur. And then Elon Musk didn't deliver. Yes, we've got robo-taxis coming, but no more information was given in this interview than that was on the last earnings call. People thought it would be a big moment. A moment that would transform the market and keep the pump going. So it pumped just to dump, just to buy it back. Like it did on Tesla several times. I love Tesla. I don't want Tesla. I love Tesla. I don't want Tesla. Literally up and down like a bloody yo-yo. Let me just fill in the blanks. Everything is good with Tesla, but Elon Musk is a bit like Cathie Wood. He's a salesman. He's always telling you something's great before it's great. Now, we all know what he's delivered. I'm bullish on Tesla. I'm bullish on the markets. However, the markets want to know what they want to know. They want certainty. And we didn't get anything today. But we did learn things were okay. But we didn't get anything new. So the market used it to pump it, to dump it, to pump it, to dump it. So the overall markets are going down because it was rallying into this event. it gives the opportunity to dump it and buy it back. That's why it's coming back up just as fast as it went down. Exactly like we had with the Moody's event a few days ago. We had the Moody's event and everybody went, oh my God, it's a disaster. The United States has lost its top credit rating. It went down and straight back up again. It was an opportunity for the market to overreact, to oversell and overbuy. It's what happens. It's ridiculous, really, isn't it? But this is how the markets ultimately move up. If this didn't happen, you'd never be able to buy a dip. It would just go up and up and up, and it would never work. You have to have corrections. You have to have crashes. You have to have manipulation. Now, it's not just in Tesla today that people are disappointed about. I've got some evidence in a minute to show you. I'm just giving you my thoughts at the moment. There are other stocks doing exactly the same. There are those that are lying and making stories up, and there are those that are being successful, and others want to bring them down because if they bring them down, they can buy in, they can pump it back up again. This is the stock market, guys. This is how it works. And there are several stocks today doing similar to what Elon Musk was doing with Tesla. Elon Musk knew the market would pump into the interview, and he knew it'd go off in after the interview and up and down throughout the interview because there was nothing to say. He didn't say anything new, anything we don't already know. There are other companies, Archer Aviation. I just heard Sensei and Vaz talking about Archer Aviation, and the company that is currently in dispute about the short position and all the rest of it, they are also doing the same thing to Gorilla, another stock that we cover, another innovative stock that is about to explode. So I'm going to give you some inside information now which verifies all of this and proves to you and shows you that this is the game we're in. Manipulation, those that have more money and more control than you, taking advantage of this system. Another one is Plug Power. Over the last 24 hours, I've had my usual oligarchs, Russian oligarchs, back onto me again. Why isn't Martyn doing this? Why isn't Martyn doing that? Why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you talking about that? Because they want me to say stuff that isn't true, but benefits those that would benefit from a pump just to dump it. And I refuse. I've been offered money, sponsorship deals, all kinds of things. Your money is no good here. It will not buy me. So we've got manipulation at Archer. We've got manipulation at Gorilla. I can give you evidence of this. And I've got manipulation, Tesla today, Plug Power. So I'm going to give you a few facts about this, about the evidence that I have with all of this. So Plug Power, I'm not going to go over the whole story. It'll take me a whole video. But you remember about a year or 2 years ago, I was invited into a group that was solely fans of Plug Power. And I declined because I don't join groups, because groups on Facebook don't want me, because I create content. I don't absorb content. I write my own. And they wanted me to join for me to comment and support their narrative. However, they were trying to spread false information to pump up Plug just to dump it. When I realized where they came from, they were Russian promoters, literally stock promoters who go around finding small channels at the time. I wasn't that small though, just a year ago, but I was smaller than I am today. They try to manipulate channels, offering you all kinds of incentives to talk about what they're interested in to benefit them. I declined. I said, I'm not interested. No, you can be on our group. It'd be lovely to have you. I said, there's no point me being on your group. I write content. I tell you how it is. I'm not interested in just following the leader. I lead my own business the way I want to go. And they thought that they would be able to get, that would work. So the moment I started telling the truth of what was actually going on with Plug, when I was reading the actual information that they didn't want to be publicized, I would say it. And they didn't like it. And they got very, very aggressive towards me. a lot of threats towards me. They came in and they manipulated one of my videos, so it had hundreds, like 100,000 views or whatever in minutes. They paid to promote certain parts of it, and so on and so forth. And I could see that because it was all paid ads. It tells me where the views came from, and I could see the geography. It was Russia and all the rest of it. It was bloody obvious, and I wasn't interested. So I can't stop people promoting my videos because Google like that. They make money. Ultimately, it's publicizing me, but it's being done to pump something. They want you to say certain things. You remember Peru? He was one of those. He was from an agency going around finding small channels, offering you stuff, and he bought this TV over here. He bought me this TV in hope that I would say stuff to promote emerging stocks that small channels would cover and get excited about, because small channels tend to cover smaller stocks because they get a little niche. And I refused, and that relationship went away because I'm not interested in being manipulated like that. So plug power was a real thing. And just a couple of days ago, someone said to me, I've had messages, some publicly you've seen on my socials, and some privately. Why don't I mention this? Why don't I mention that? Well, I don't want to mention it because it's not true. I'm not, and I've been saying for ages, plug power is a place you don't want to be in right now. It absolutely isn't a place you want to be in right now. It's not a good place. So what I don't say, and there are channels now saying, oh, it's really cheap, buy this, it's really cheap. No, I keep saying every day, don't buy this. This is not a good time to be in this stock. It isn't. It is for those who want me to say it is, because they'll pump it up just to dump it on your ass. I won't do it. I don't care how much money you pay me. So that's what's going on with Plug. Now, what's going on with Archer is that the same company is involved with Gorilla. Now, let me tell you, that's exactly the same. Gorilla, when I did my first Gorilla video, in fact, I can show you it. I'll actually show you the evidence right here. If you look on my channel, on Gorilla, right now, let me bring it up. Let me just open this up. Look at this. This is where you're watching right now. This is the manipulation that goes on. And this is why the market went down with Trump, with Elon, and straight back up again. This is the homepage of my channel. Look at this. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. There. Look at that. Look at that. What do you see? Gorilla analysis. This is one of them. There's one with Plug with over 100,000. See this one here? It's a clip. Somebody made a clip of me doing Gorilla analysis. A guy called Alex Kern, Alex Baroda. This guy here. I'll click on his channel. Let's have a look. Can I? There we go. Alex, can I click on his channel? Will it let me click on his channel? No, it won't. I could find it. Doesn't really matter. It's not really important. The point I'm making is this was a manipulation to pump Gorilla. Can you see it? I'll show you again. 13,000 views. Now my clips, these are my clips. 30 views. 40 views. 20 views, 5 views. Clips don't get that many views. You clip them and then you share them and people look at them, but they've already seen the main video. The main videos get the views, the clips don't. So why did this one? Why did this clip get 13,000 views? It's my #1 community post on Gorilla. It's because people were manipulating and promoting and pumping this stock, using my video to promote the stock with paid advertisement, paid promotions to get it up and be seen by everybody. What happened? The stock pumped. You were all happy. You all made money. But nevertheless, there's stock manipulation. This is the actual proof of it. I can tell you where the views came from, how much they paid, where they posted it. I know everything about this stuff. I see this all day. Very rarely I talk about this. I'm doing it today because Sensei and and Vaz were talking about Archer, and we've had the manipulation today of Elon Musk. And this is what's going on. I wonder if Vaz is in the chat right now. I wonder if he's here. No, he's not. I don't think he is. Is Sensei? Sensei? No, they're not in the chat. That's a shame. They could react to this. But anyway, there you go. That is evidence of what actually happens. So we've had it on Gorilla. We've had it on Plug. We're having it on Archer. Now, I'm not telling you that Archer isn't good, is good or bad. But I can tell you, I have evidence which a lot of people don't, because I have real data to tell you who manipulates, where they're manipulating, how much they're paying to manipulate, where it's coming from, geographically, the whole works. Now, most YouTubers, I know, because I speak to lots, like it, because they get views. It's great. I get views. I get promoted. I don't care about stuff like that. I don't care about it. I care about real views and actually helping people do the right thing and win. So there is evidence of manipulation. Now, Gorilla has the same company that Vaz and Sensei were talking about a few moments ago. Vaz and Sensei were talking about a particular company, a short deal that was done. I didn't catch all of it. I was setting up my show. It's the same company that is now playing silly buggers with Gorilla. All right. So we got manipulation. So this morning, I had got into a conversation and with Sensei and one other, forget now, Mark, I think his name is, on X. And they were saying to me, they didn't really agree with what I was saying about Cathie Wood. There's more to Cathie Wood than meets the eye. And I can't say any more than I've already said, otherwise I'll get myself in trouble. All right, I can give it opinions, but there's only so far I can go. And in my spaces this morning, I tried to tell you that Cathie Wood is a bad apple, and she promotes stock like Alex Karp, like a salesman. All wrong. And Sensei said, "Oh, I don't agree really. I think she's quite clever." And she is clever, but she's also a bad apple. She doesn't help you. She lies. She manipulates. I know. I've got evidence, but I've gone as far as I'm prepared to go, right? So I've just shown you the manipulated video on Gorilla. I've already shown you the manipulated video that I had on Plug Power. I've done that in a previous video. If you type in Plug, Martyn Lucas Investor, Plug, Russia, you will see, I'll show you the evidence. I show you the geographics, where it came from, and so on and so forth. So that's what's going on. So today, we're talking about Elon Musk. We're talking about Tesla. Now, this is not the same manipulation, but however, Tesla is overbought. Tesla is a stock we are buying the future of. And that's fine. You can buy what you want and you can believe what you want. But the reality is Tesla hasn't delivered on this stock price. That doesn't matter to Cathie Wood. That doesn't matter to anybody that just wants it to go up forever and ever and ever. But it makes it a meme stock. A stock that trades on the S&P like that, boom, 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 is behaving like a meme stock. I wouldn't buy Tesla. Good to trade it if you're a day trader or a scalp trader, but I only own it throughout the S&P. I don't want the exposure to this up and down nonsense, in and out like a blue ass fly. And basically what happened was a lot of people that are against Trump right now want to crash the market. I've been giving that information now for weeks, telling you that we're about to break out, we're about to go to all-time highs, we're going to get a 10% rally, and so on and so forth, and then go sideways. People are telling you that inflation is on the rise. It's not. The tariffs are inflationary. They're not. I mean, there's so much manipulation, but that's the game you play. I hate it. I don't like it. But without manipulation, stocks don't go up and down. All right. Like I've always said, the stock market doesn't go up just because your granddad said it always does. So we might as well just stay in the market because it always goes up. It goes up because people make it go up. People do stuff that's not right. We print money. Is that right? Not really. But America can do it. Other countries can't do it and get away with it. They would have runaway inflation. The US has power to be able to do it. Is it right? No, it's not. It's US flexing its muscles. It shouldn't do it, but it does. We just keep printing money. And the system just keeps going around and around, and the stock market just keeps going up and up and up. All right? It's not always, the valuations aren't really going up. It's why I don't buy into pumps. It's why, just like Warren Buffett doesn't buy back his stock. He only buys back his stock when it's undervalued. He doesn't do what any other CEO does when he buys just to promote the stock. That's manipulation. Oh, it must be good because Apple are buying back their stock. They're buying back stock to pump it up. I mean, it's not good for the shareholders, but that is weak management. Now, Tim Cook is a great leader, but he's not Warren Buffett, right? It's a completely different level of discipline. Right, completely. I mean, it's not even the same. So today we had manipulation. We had the stock market rally into this meeting, and the moment it could do anything, the moment it had any kind of news, it dumped and bought back and dumped and bought back because Elon Musk didn't actually deliver anything that got everybody excited. The robo-taxis, and this is going to really, really, upset people, but I don't care because it's the truth. Do you remember I said, and this is what he did say on the meeting today, and you can put this in your pipe and smoke it if you've all the abuse I got for saying this. And this came from the top. I had this from the top. I told you live on the show, and I got hardly any views for it. No one on Tesla, no one wanted to watch this, and they didn't watch this video. When I did it in the first few seconds of the video, and people just turned off, and the video didn't go anywhere because if you don't get views in the first few seconds, YouTube go, no one's interested, and they stop showing the video. So it's how people manipulate your videos, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point was, I said right at the beginning of this video, when Robo-Taxi comes out, you're not going to own one. Remember me saying that? Oh, people didn't like that. Oh, no, we're all going to own one. We're all going to make money. That's the idea. That's the end game. That's what everybody wants. That's what Elon Musk is promising. However, that's not true. When the robo-taxis go out, you're not getting one. They're going to be Tesla robo-taxis for Tesla, making money for Tesla, testing for Tesla. Eventually, you'll get one. But this could be flipping years away, and I mean a decade away, and this is really unpopular and no one wants to hear it. Tesla fanboys hate me for saying it, but it's the truth. Just watch. How many years have we waited already? How many more years before you get a robotaxi? And let me tell you why. I'm not just going to say it because I'm pro Tesla, but I'm also mostly pro you, the Lucas aides, giving you information. Here is the deal. And here's the reason why. And I've got this directly from the people that write the law, make the law, work there. Right? This is the reality of it. And no one wants to hear this, but it's the truth. Tesla have the technology now to release the robo-taxi right here, right now, today. Why don't they do it? Because the legal infrastructure is not set up, and Elon Musk cannot push that through. He cannot get that through. This is directly from the people that write the laws, the lawyers, the attorneys, all the people. I'm telling you now pretty much how it is. The technology for Tesla is there right now. They can turn it on and they can do it. However, next week, next month, Elon Musk told you in this interview today, we're going to have a few. People are going to be monitoring them. Why is there people monitoring them? Because the technology doesn't work? Nope. The technology works. The person in the car of the robo-taxi next week, next month, down in Austin, I might even go down there actually and have a little look myself. It's not because someone needs to be in there to pull the kill switch. It's got nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with it. The reason why there's a person in the robo-taxi is because of legal restraint. There's not the clearance. Now, there's headlines saying we've got clearance. It's going to happen. But the reason you're not seeing it is because there's not enough. It's not there. And I said to you about a year ago, you all remember me saying this, when the Tesla robotaxi comes out, it will be Fleet, it will be Amazon, it will be Apple, it will be Tesla that has the first ones. Why? Because they have the legal team, the money, the backing, the power, the manipulation for all of the legal stuff to make it work. Not because they know it's going to crash and they can afford to pay for people getting run over. Nothing to do with that. It's because they have the legal teams to be able to manage all of this. It's a very complex subject. People, fanboys of Tesla, like to oversimplify it. They go, it's an over-the-air update, which it is. Press a button, it becomes a robotaxi. Boom, you download the app. Boom, you order a taxi. Why can't they do it? They can do it. They've been able to do it for a while. Elon Musk knows it. Everybody at Tesla knows it. I know it. I've spoken to people that have told me it's been available for ages. But they can't roll it out because of all kinds of infrastructure. There's not just insurance. It's the laws of driving. It's the whole infrastructure has to be evolved to accept it. And these things do not happen in 5 minutes. They take decades to get through. And I've said this time and time again, and it's why the stock doesn't explode. It's why I said today, and I was a little bit frustrated. I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I was a little frustrated when Mark Saxby and Sensei said to me, "Oh no, I agree with Cathie Wood. I know stuff about Cathie Wood that I don't say on this show because I can't. But I'm telling you now, Cathie Wood is not the person you think she is. She's a saleswoman. It's manipulation of the worst degree. It's terrible. It's rubbish. It's terrible. She overinflates everything. She makes stuff up. And Sensei made the point, but she's only going off the figures that Elon gives her. So not many, and then she runs a model. So what's the model? Basically you have a software program which you put in the parameters. Sensei said, I couldn't do a model. I can do a model. I can do a model. I have software where I can put in parameters. So growth, profits, margins, blah, 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 blah. And it will splur out a growth projection, a future price. This is not clever. This is not amazing. This is just, you have a model and you have it's a software program which you put in the certain parameters. Now, if you have to assume things, you have to give it assumptions. You have to say, I assume a 10% growth, a 50% growth, this, that, and the other. You put in those numbers and it will give you a figure at the end of the day. It will tell you that Tesla will be worth $1 million in 5 years' time. Based upon the growth rate, this rate, that rate, yada, 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 yada. So Cathie Wood has some software just like that. And she will put in numbers telling you that this is the base case, the bull case, the bear case, whatever. But it's based upon the numbers that she puts in. It doesn't mean anything. And this is a very, very unpopular subject. People don't like me to say it. People don't like me to say it, right? And the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you 100%, because I only tell you what is beneficial to you. I love Tesla. Tesla is not a car company. Tesla is a AI company, technology company, and all the rest of it. And what they've done is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But the projections and the salespeople and the manipulation is all fake and nonsense. You don't know how many people are going to want to buy an Optimus. What if nobody wants one? You don't know it. You don't know it. You can guess, and you put in numbers that give you estimates. Well, it's just a guess. It doesn't mean anything. So, but that's not the big problem. The big problem is the legal system that it sits on, right? The technology for Tesla is already there. We can release it tomorrow. Off we go. It's not out because the infrastructure isn't there. The legal system takes years to file out. And I've said to people, because they get really upset when I say this, the reason why they buy Tesla is they're going to earn money from Tesla because they can buy a Tesla, put it out there, and it can make money for you. But here's the problem. Number one, it will take a very, very long time to legally get this out. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to join in with this conversation, I'll give you the link. I'll give you the link right now. There's the link, live video phone in. If you want to be part of this and disagree with me, because I know lots of people here love Tesla, as I do, but I'm telling you the truth of actually how it's going to go, not what Cathie Wood said. Cathie Wood, you should never listen to Cathie Wood. She talks rubbish. She charges you money to buy an ETF that's underperformed the S&P, and it only owns the explosive stocks. I can show you the chart on the screen if you want. You all know it. It's not a surprise. Anyway, if you want to call in, you can be on the call. It's going to take a very, very long time for this all to get out. And here's the next part. When it's legally able to get out and it's all battle tested, and it will take a long time to battle test it, Apple will use it. Where do I get that from? I know. I've been told. Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, they will be using these cars. They will be using it for their fleets of their own. This is where it will go. And it will have to go on for a while like this. Perfect and all the rest of it. And then the laws will get written and everything will get sorted out. And then eventually Elon will press the button, which will tell you all that you can now have your robotaxi. But here's the problem. Here is the big problem when that happens. Let me go to Tesla a minute and show you the problem. This is the problem that no one ever wants to talk about. They just want to go, it's great, I love it, I can't lose. That's why the stock does this. The stock did not give anything today. Elon didn't say anything. He didn't say on the earnings call. Here's the problem. When they say in years to come, maybe 5, 10 years, I have no idea, but not the time that Elon's telling you. When it comes out, overnight, everybody is going to have a robotaxi. Sounds great. I love it. Well, the basic fundamentals of business is supply and demand. And Elon Musk has told you some ridiculous numbers that you can earn from your robotaxi. Sounds great. I can't wait. I'm going to buy 10. And there's people who will go out and buy 10. I want 10. I'm going to have them all ready to go. I'm basically going to be my own taxi company. Fantastic. Every taxi company in the world is going bankrupt. Uber, finished, bankrupt. Except that's not what's going to happen. What's actually going to happen is everybody will get a robotaxi overnight. And now we've got robotaxis on every corner of every street. We've got more robotaxis than people taking rides. What happens then? The price comes down. The promise of the making the money that's Elon Musk said you're going to get isn't going to happen. The price will come down because everyone's got a robo-taxi. That is what's going to happen. So, someone just telling me that Bitcoin is pumping, is it? Let's have a little look. Not really. We've been here before. Everyone gets so excited when it moves. It's when it breaks 108 and moving very quickly to 110, then we can get excited. It's not doing anything. It's been in and out of this over and over again. Anyway, people keep telling me this. XRP. How many times today have people said XRP is pumping, and I go, no, it's not. Right? When it is, I'll tell you when it is. But anyway, this is the situation, right? What we got today, Vaz spoke about it with Archer. What's going on with Archer? I've just shown you evidence of Gorilla. Real evidence about a video that was taken and promoted and sponsored and manipulated the stock. And you all saw the stock zoom up. Massive amounts of publicity. The CEO going around trying to promote the stock. People do this these days. They've always done it, but not like they do today. It's really ridiculous. Everybody pumped before the meeting of Elon Musk and then sold off. Why? Elon Musk didn't say anything, didn't deliver anything. Same as always. Stock went up to support it, sold off. Now it's coming straight back again. It's just stock manipulation. It's why I say just because you can trade doesn't mean you have to trade. Simple as that. I am bullish on Tesla, but I'm not as bullish as those that just do not care about any of the facts. The facts are robo-taxi will be delayed. It's already been delayed, I don't know how many years. It will be continually delayed. And then they'll say robo-taxi's out, but you won't get one. And I said that a year ago. Do you remember a year ago, robo-taxi was going to be out and it wasn't, and nobody got one. And now I'm saying it again. No one's going to get one. We've got Saab on the phone. I think Saab's calling in. Yes, he is. Now, Saab loves Tesla. He loves Tesla. He loves it. I love it. But I wonder if he agrees with me that the legal system will take ages and it'll be years before he gets one, or he disagrees with me and thinks he'll have one in June when they release them in Austin. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's talk to Saab live on the show. Good afternoon, Saab. Welcome to the show, mate.
How are you, man? Good. Yeah, good, interesting conversation. Yeah, I'm not looking at buying a robotaxi. I'm not looking to get one. I'm just waiting for, for it to come into into production.
Can you change your microphone? You seem to be on a distant microphone. Maybe
there you go. Sorry, I just forgot to pull it over.
That's better. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Companies are going to adopt them, and over time it'll be huge. So I'm just interested in the stock. I don't even own a Tesla. I like Tesla. I don't really like the cars, the look of them that much, but I love the stock.
Long term, right? Long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the other things that comes along with that, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Cathie Wood. I do listen to her thesis, just to make a balanced decision based on other sources as well. But I don't take too much for granted because she's just super bullish about everything. So anybody that's too bullish on everything, you just take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But I do listen to what she says, just to see her case, and look. I mean, that's the reason I didn't get into ARK Innovation.
Yeah,
is because of Cathie Wood. I would love to be in ARK Innovation, but they charge too much.
Yeah,
and
why do they charge too much? Why?
Because they're going to make money. They want to make money.
They want to make money. They want to make money. And you can see what the top stocks are in the list and just buy them yourself. But people really feel they want to own a piece of ARK Invest. They want to, and I don't know why. It's the biggest sales trick of all.
For me, it was for SpaceX and XAI and those ones that you can't get a hold of. But that's the only kind of backdoor in.
That's why it works. Yeah, that's her big thing. But you can buy SpaceX, but you have to have $25,000, and you have to serious people who got serious money don't buy ARK Invest for Cathie Wood. They just go direct to the SpaceX. So, and again, that's an example of the excitement. We all want to own. I want to own SpaceX, but I can't afford 25 grand. Well, I suppose I could if I sold some stock, but I want to anyway, whatever. But the point is, a lot of people don't have that money and want to own a bit of SpaceX, and that's the way they do it. It's a great way to advertise something that people don't really need. Like I said yesterday to my friend who's got 187 stocks with Fisher, he could just buy the S&P for free. But he feels comfortable because this guy knows what he's talking about. No, he doesn't. He just tells you he knows what he's talking about. But I don't know. I mean, today is a perfect example. The stock went straight down, straight back up again. It's just the same old game going round and round and round. It's very easy to make money. Just hard part is to keep it. And there's always somebody ready to tell you that they know something, that they can give you the information or the access to something you haven't got. And for the privilege, you give me lots of money for that privilege. Well, you don't. Yeah,
absolutely. Everybody's selling something, and all these investment firms, that's how they make their money, So that's how we make the choice. We listen to what they say, and then we go on the markets and buy the individual stocks. as we think fit. Yeah, no, I agree with you about Cathy Wood, but I'm not a big fan of her, but I am obviously a fan of Tesla, and I think they're going to do crazy things.
I agree.
Yes, it's going to take time. It is going to take time, and I agree with that. And I'm fully prepared for that. But once that's part of the system, and once the taxis do come out, and obviously the robots and all stuff comes out, it's just a way bigger company. There's just so much of the energy and everything.
I agree, but do you also share or disagree with me? Please feel, I know you'll tell me what you think, but do you agree when they finally flip the switch, because they can do it now? I know for a fact they've got the technology now, right? If they flip the switch today, or a year or 5 years from now, and suddenly there's everybody in America who's got a Tesla as a robotaxi. So every taxi company, every Uber company is basically swamped. There's all these. Everyone's got. Let's just say we all buy a Tesla, and to get to the numbers that Cathy Wood suggests, that's where we need to be. We all need to be buying Teslas, right? Everybody buys one, so everyone goes, great, I'll send my car out. And do you agree that the supply and demand will not be the numbers that Elon has promised and what he's built into the stock price? There won't be that profit for you because everyone's got one.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't send my Tesla out on a robotaxi.
You wouldn't do it.
Job. No, because I don't want random people getting in and out of my car, right? But what about those that think I'm going to buy one just for that job? I'm going to buy one for me. And then after a while, you'll think, well, hang on a minute. It doesn't. Like Elon's always said, 90% of the time that we own the car, it just sits. I agree with that.
The world is full of car parks, full of cars when everyone's at work. Why don't the cars move around?
People will do it. Like as a business, if it was a business model, yeah, there's no reason why, if I was into that business, or I wouldn't get a few and send them out. But not now. It's going to be 5-10 years down the line, probably, when it's all proven and it's all tested and everything's done. Look, innovation takes time, and obviously it is going to be beneficial if the price is cheaper than going in your own car. Absolutely, it's going to work, but. It's going to take it's going to take time,
and you need people to change as well. Me and you spoke yesterday about not owning a house but renting somewhere. So disconnect from the physical, right? That's what we need for a car. If we end up in a world, and this is what Elon Musk wants, and I can see how this is how he sees it. He talks about abundance of products. So everything will be really, really cheap in the future because robots will make things. Everybody can have anything. It'll basically be abundance of everything. It'll get cheaper and cheaper. And perhaps a time will come, but I can't see it in our lifetimes because humans just don't evolve that quickly. There'll come a time when rather than just you have a car like a possession, because he said, why do I have to have so many? Why do cars all have to look different? They just provide a function. So just one car looks the same. Everyone's got the same car, but it's not the way we used to have cars where we loved it and polished it and it made a certain noise and we had fairy dice hanging up on the front window and all these things. You all remember that when you was a teenager, right? I'm that old. I had did you have fairy dice? Do you know what I mean?
I didn't, but my uncle used to have them.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. So you know what I'm talking about. So a time... So a time will come when we don't look at the car the same way as we do today, right? It'll just be a thing, and it'll just go out and it'll be driving around making you money. And whenever you want to go somewhere, you'll hail your own one, or you'll hail somebody else's. You just won't care. It won't be important to you anymore. Same way as we talked about houses. After a while, why do I have to own a house when I can just rent and live anywhere? And once we get the option of, I'll spend the weekend on Mars. I don't mean literally, it takes too long to get there. But the point is, or we're in hotels in space or with this, we'll start moving to a world of experiences and not physical stuff. When we just want to do stuff and not be tied down to owning a physical pile of bricks as a house or a physical car. But these things are the future, and they are. I can see it happening, but that won't even happen in our lifetime. So all of those that are buying Tesla for this immediate pump and this immediate benefit and owning a robotaxi, it is coming, and the price of the stock will go up and you will get rich. But you just won't get rich the way you think you will when you think you will. It'll take a lot. tomorrow, basically. Yeah. And so
But
that's
look,
all I'm saying.
Let's look at the case for Airbnb then, because like I would have never have thought of renting my house out for the weekend or for a week or whatever on Airbnb. But look how quickly that's come on.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly so. People are just letting people live in their houses and everything's there and it's all set up. It's great. So I think things are changing quicker than we think, man.
Maybe. I just don't know if humans change that quickly. That's the thing. We might want them to be, but I mean, would you have something plugged? Would if Elon said tomorrow, I've got my Neuralink or whatever, and you can come and visit one of my little offices, and I can inject this thing in your ear, burp, and now you've got your phone in your head. Would you do it?
It's a good question. It's a good question. And I was one of those people who always thought, I don't even like people getting chips in their arms, turning into like cyborgs and stuff. And where's our privacy, et cetera, et cetera. If Neuralink's going to save somebody and it's going to save their lives, absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting. I've got Sensei live on the show. He wasn't ready. Look, did you see him? Did you see him sort his hoodie out a little bit? Let me just line Saab up. Sensei, if you could get rid of your, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say just zoom out, right? Okay. It's still not going to work.
I would do it.
You still got to do it. There you go. Now, Sensei, I'm glad you've called in because I was picking on you, wasn't I? This morning we're having a spaces conversation, and Sensei's going, well, I don't agree. I think so. I think Cathie Wood's great. I love Cathie Wood, and I was going, well, I don't. Right, and I don't at all. And today is a perfect example. So what have you got? What have you got to add to it today, Sensei?
No, I don't have much to add. I'm just here for the conversation.
I see.
An interesting one.
Oh, I see. Right. So this morning you had something to say, saying Cathie Wood's great, and now I'm sort of showing you all the evidence of guerrilla manipulation.
No. If you want to get into that, I stand by what I said. I haven't changed my opinion on anything. What I said this morning was I like to look at models. I don't think they're based on nothing. I think they're based on they're based
on the formula that she plugs in.
Yeah,
I've got similar software. If I can run a model on anything, I can tell you whatever you want.
If you had the similar software, you could be running a very
well. It's not as expensive as Cathie Wood's, but it's basically the same principle. You put in the market cap, you give it its growth percentage, yada yada yada, and it gives you a price. I mean, you can do it on an Excel spreadsheet. Yes, I know it's not. I know she's got much more, but it's the same thing. The basic premise is the same.
I would like to see you run the numbers on it as well, because I think you'd come to I think what we're getting at is what I was saying this morning is I actually don't know if I like Cathie Wood or if I don't like Cathie Wood, but I like that she's there, and I like that we have her at our disposal to see what models she runs. Just like Saab was saying earlier, it's interesting to see her models. I mean, the more people that put out different models, the more we can explore our own investment thesis, and we don't have to pay for it, thankfully. And I said I don't like ARK Invest because of the fees, and I don't like actively managed funds because they always underperform index funds, and we can choose the stocks ourselves, and there's stocks in there I wouldn't want to own. So therefore, I'd rather choose my stocks myself. But when it comes to her price predictions, I can see Tesla as a $6 trillion company.
Do you think Cathie Wood would do as good as she does today if some of the private companies like SpaceX weren't in the list? So you had no reason to buy it because everything was publicly. There's no secret magic company you can't touch now. Do you think that would change things?
I don't think SpaceX is in ARK Invest.
Which one is it in, Saab? You were telling me it was in one of them.
I think it's in one of them, but I don't think it's in her main one. And that's the one she makes most of the money out of. Let me see. ARK, ARKK. I'm just having a look. I don't think it's in her main. Let me see. I'm going to bring this on. Fund overview. Let's just fact sheet. Let's see. I don't think it is. So I would have to disagree with that. The big ones. one. I would have to check that, but yeah, I think she'll do fine. I mean, I don't think it's the main holdings in her main one is Tesla, Roku, Roblox, Coinbase, Palantir, Tempest, Crisp, Shopify, Robinhood, and Twist. Yeah, so she's doing perfectly fine without and that's 63% of the main fund. So
but ARK Invest hasn't even done half of what the S&P has done over that time period.
Half of what.
I'll put on the screen now. Look, let's show you. Hang on. This is what I was showing this morning. ARK. We'll just pick that one. ARK Innovation. Let's go to the time frames. Let's show you here. This is ARK Innovation, right? We all want this. This is Cathie Wood. We love Cathie Wood. All right. So we've got 181% from 2014. All right. 2014, 181%. Lovely. Not bad at all. 2014, and let's go from 2010, just 4 years earlier. So we can go from there, look, and we've made 430% on the S&P. I mean, like double. I mean, end of conversation, isn't it?
Not really, because I've literally just said I don't like ARK Invest as a holding. My point isn't ARK Invest. I wouldn't touch ARK. I would touch ARK Invest, but I don't think it's a great thing to own.
It's total. You're being very nice about it.
And in the same time frame, the S&P 500 has done 250%. So it's not the thing. So it's not as bad, but also my argument isn't ARK Invest is a better investment than the S&P 500. My argument is Cathie Wood. I'm glad we have her because I like to look at her models and then base my own decisions based on some extra data that we have. And I think Tesla can reach a $6 trillion valuation. I think I can see a $2,000 Tesla, and I'm happy.
How do you come to that valuation with Tesla? Just give me your thoughts.
Well, Tesla's price, right? What's Tesla's market cap right now is 1 trillion. And in 10 years' time, or I don't know when she says by 2030 or whatever, 5 years' time, when I think the big revenue driver is robo-taxis, and if they come to fruition, and as
tell me why you think robo-taxis is the driver.
Because robo-taxis, as Elon Musk, I don't know if you agree with Elon Musk or not, has always said robo-taxis, as soon as they get their approval, they flip a switch. I mean, this has been their business model for a long time now. They're pushing out Teslas all over. They're getting them to mass construction. And at one point, they can flip a switch and every single Tesla is making their money. Making us money and obviously Tesla money as well, through commission or through their first trading when they do it themselves. So they've got all these cars, all of them have the hardware, or most of them have the hardware to just flip the switch, and they can start making money just like any software company. And as we've always said, Tesla's not a car company, it's an AI software company. So that's when I can see the revenue and the profits really driving, and I can see a 6x in the stock to get to that valuation.
Well, yeah, but tell me how. You've told me what's going to happen. We're going to flip a switch. Right, I'll give you an example. I'll flip a switch, and every single person, everywhere, all across the world, is a greengrocer. We've all got eggs and butter and bread and jam in our front room. We can sell them to everybody. What happens then? No one sells stuff all.
But Tesla have the infrastructure to build this out. They have the cars in place. Yeah. The software is in place already in millions of cars already. Yeah. So all they have to do is literally flip a switch. Correct. And then they have the ability to do that. Correct. We don't know if it's going to be everybody's going to do it. Like for me, for instance, I wouldn't use my car as one of those cars. Right. But it still has the ability to do that.
Right. So let's assume then. None of us here want to send it out as a robo-taxi. We just think it's really cool. Car. Right. Sorry?
Not my personal car, but I'm sure people will because there's people out there who not making an income readily, but like if they can be at home and make an income just based off their car sitting in the drive, then why not? People will do it, I think.
But just like the Airbnb case. When has there ever been a business since the beginning of time where suddenly everybody has it and everybody wins? I can't think of one. And I'm going to give you an example. when I started out in entertainment many, many years ago, and I got a tape. I had a tape, proper little tape cassette. And I bought myself a Nakamichi recording system. It's quite unique. You heard of that?
Badass, yeah.
Badass quality, right? It was like, oh my God, Martyn's got a Nakamichi recording system, blah, blah, blah. And I brought this tape out and everyone was like talking about it. Everyone was excited about it. And for 5 minutes, I was the only cabaret it was a cabaret then, back on the circuit of the Blue Coat, the Pontins and Butlins. That's what I was doing, right? And I had a tape. I had a tape cassette. Nobody had one. I was like one of the first. I was always trying to be the first, right? And I had a tape cassette. A few weeks later, everybody's got a tape cassette. And the price of my tapes went like that because everyone's got one. Everyone had one now. Hang on a minute. The next thing came out. CDs. I had a CD. I was the first one to get a CD. I was great for 5 minutes. Everybody got a CD. And it was the website. Everybody had no one had a website. It was MySpace. Then I had a website. Then everybody had a website. I was really excited when I got the smoke machine. Back in the 70s, early on, they were really, really and only like the TV, like top of the pops had a smoke machine. The average singer didn't go around playing in pub to pub with a smoke machine. They were too expensive. I got one. Hang on.
Moto18 donated $1.99 through a super chat. The market got oversaturated quickly.
The Turo, what was that? Turo market got oversaturated. The Turo, I'm not familiar with that. Sorry, Sensei. Let me just turn the. There we go. I'm not familiar with that. I can't comment. Maybe somebody knows. Sorry about that. But there was that incident. Then everybody got a smoke machine. Then there was this. Then there was that. And I have never seen an instance where in history, and maybe someone can tell me if I'm wrong, where they flip a switch, everybody gets everything, and then everybody gets rich with the everything. Basic economics. It doesn't work out. Now, from Elon Musk's point of view, because everybody loves it and it's sexy and it's exciting and it's cool and my car's a robo-taxi, of course. But like you say, most people don't actually want their car to be used like that. Those people, some people might buy a second one. So there might be a pump in the sale of cars for a while because everyone goes, I might buy two. I was only going to buy one, but I might buy two. But once the initial reaction goes down and everyone's got one, and then suddenly everyone's trying to sell Teslas everywhere because the price goes down because everyone's got one for sale. And you realise that actually nobody wants to hire your car out because the neighbour's got one and his mate and the next door neighbour's got one, and robo-taxis are everywhere. I mean, I just don't think it adds up. So when you say, Sensei, I can see it going here and here and here, Cathy Wood puts in the models of the percentage, the growth, the income, the this, the that, the other. Everyone's going to buy one, blah, 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 blah.
Definitely not. Definitely not everyone's going to buy one. I think they're sensible predictions, and I think there's been multiple times in history where you can flip a switch and this happens, and it happens very rarely. And obviously Tesla...
Tell me one.
The App Store. The App Store was one of the biggest flips of switches ever seen. The iPhone bringing the App Store. The first phone didn't have an App Store. The second phone had an App Store.
Yep.
That was a massive revenue driver. That was a massive shift in history.
Hang on. Yes, you're right. You're right, but you've just proved my point. They flipped a switch. The App Store was great, and then everyone's got an app. Everyone's got an app. Most apps don't get many. I bet if I brought an app out tomorrow, I'd make nothing on it. I'd be like one of a billion people with an app on it. If I was the only person who had an app, just me, I bet everybody would love it. But if suddenly everyone's got an app, you have an app, Sal gets an app, I get an app, everyone gets an app. Nobody wants the app anymore.
My point is, it was a hardware company, just like Tesla's a car company for the most part.
Okay.
They flipped a switch and it turned into a software company. It doesn't matter if I'm going to benefit from the app, Apple was going to benefit from the app. So that's a point where something like a hardware company, which Tesla is right now, and what me, Cathy Wood, and probably you, Saab, is envisioning Tesla's going to turn into a software company, and they can do that. Just like when Apple flipped a switch and they went from a hardware company and now they're a software company, Tesla can do the same thing where it's a car selling company to becoming a software company with one
Okay,
update.
so they flip the
Just like
switch
Apple did with
and
one
everybody
update.
wants it. Everyone downloads the app. Everyone gets the car. Everyone buys the car. But now the car's got to make everybody money, but it doesn't because they just can't. There's too many. So you end up like we all produce an app today and none of us can sell one. We could all make an app, but none of us make one. Apple did. Tesla did it. Tesla will at first because everyone goes, I want one. I sign up for it. And now you can't. Your robotaxi's just sitting there because everyone's got one. You can agree with that, right? You can see that.
I don't. Wait, I'm trying to figure out the point. So you're saying that. So what's the main point again? That Tesla
Tesla flips the switch. It's an exciting moment. It booms. Great.
Yeah.
Right? But then we all get our robotaxis, but no one's actually making any money because there's just not enough people. There's supply and demand. Everyone's got one. They're everywhere. You're not making the money you thought you were going to make.
I would say still it'll be a very, very small amount of the population that would have a Tesla, and when they flip the switch.
Well, if they flip the switch and only a few people got one, then it wouldn't make them any money, would it?
No,
you can't have it both ways.
I guess I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, so initially people will be making a significant amount of money, and as more Teslas get rolled onto the scheme and more Teslas get produced, the cost of ride sharing will go down, which alongside that, the cost of the cars is going to come down. And alongside that, you're going to have this new car, the $20,000 car, whatever he's called it, the new cyber little truck, which doesn't even have a driver because they're just robo taxi cars. And at that point, you've got the car cost going down, and therefore you've got the price of ride shares going down. And in theory, at some point, people won't need to go out and buy cars because there'll be.
I agree with you.
So yeah, I understand.
And I think we both.
Down, and I think that's been priced in.
I think we both agree with each other that it's going to be successful. I'm just saying it's going to be a lot longer, and I'm trying to do what's right for the viewers, not saying you're not, but what I'm saying is, just want to be clear there, there's a rift amongst right? I just want to say that we both agree that it's going to make money for Tesla. It's going to be great. Shareholders, everybody wins. I agree with you. What I'm saying is it's not going to happen on the timescale people think. It will boom and come back down again. Right? Eventually, where we start today and where we end up 20, 30 years' time when you need the money out for your pension, you're going to be very happy you bought Tesla. I don't think there's anybody who disagrees with me. Saab's nodding, absolutely right.
That's the key. As investors, we've made the money on that flip of the switch. We're making the money. That's what we're here for, is to make the money on that.
But will it go up and down and drop in between? Absolutely.
All I've been saying. I think I've never liked ARK Invest's thing. I like Cathie Wood's models. I don't know what information you have, and all I've been saying is I can see her reach the price targets. I can see a 6x on Tesla, and just as you've just said, 20, 30 years from now, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, I think it'll be shorter than 30 years that we'll see the valuations that Cathie Wood are saying. And I agree that robotaxis are going to be big, and I think they're going to be a big revenue driver, and I see Tesla going to Cathie Wood's price predictions is all I've wanted to sort of say. But yeah, I'll continue.
But what I'm trying, the warning I'm trying to give is, if people buy thinking they're going to make the numbers at that Cathie Wood is saying, they ain't for a very long time. And people that have got the money, like Cathie Wood and Elon Musk, will pump it and dump it as fast as you know it. And you'll never get that sort of money. And you'll always be chasing the market. Most people will be chasing. Those that buy now and just wait 20 years, you're going to be happy as Larry. No problem. For an investor like Saab, me owning it through the S&P, happy as Larry. I'm going to make money. It's fantastic. I'm very happy with it. Right? But those who think they're going to make money as fast as they think they are, they're not. And, 1 minute you'll hear Cathie Wood tell you it's great, and the next minute you'll hear she's just dumped 3 million flipping shares and it's gone straight back down again. And you'll feel like, bloody hell, I thought she was telling me it was great. She just dumped it all. Somebody will go, oh, but she's only allowed to have so many shares and da-da-da-da-da. But the fact of the matter is she still does it, right? Whereas a real investor, just a regular person like me and you and Saab, we buy it, we hold it, we'll win. And we don't want people to pump and dump it every 5 minutes. We just want it to go up steadily like the S&P does, and that will draw more people in. I think that's just better for the business. But that's all I want people to realise, when everybody messages me and they say to me, when the robotaxi comes out, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to get this, it's going to deliver this, because Cathie Wood said it's a load of nonsense. That's not going to happen. It's going to pump, it's going to dump, you'll be left on your ass going, what's going on? You'll be out the money, you'll be in the money, you won't know what you're doing. If you stay and do nothing, eventually you'll be up, but that's the ride you're on. You're on a sexy stock that, I mean, boring stocks don't get this level of manipulation. That's all I'm saying. They do. This sort of stock does.
Yeah.
Fair point?
Yeah, I would agree with everything you've said there. Yeah.
Yeah. We all agree. We just want to be right.
That's all it is. You just want to call in and win an argument. I know. Does anybody else want to join into this flipping argument? They just call in to try to score points over me. I know what goes on. I don't care. Yeah.
It's, by the way, it's Arc Ventures is the one with SpaceX. Just so
there you go, Sensei. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I think
right. I was saying that she makes most of the money from her main ETF, so I think I was right that it's not in the main one. So
it's not. Yeah, the point I'm making is I think, and knowing what most of us know, I think, if you study Cathie Wood, is she has to make things look unobtainable. And with her guidance and her expertise, you can make money that you can't make anywhere else. And I just have a thing against that. You can probably tell I get a little bit, that gets under my skin when people start. Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I am like Robinhood. I should be the mascot for Robinhood, the company, because I am the man for the regular folks, right? Just because I don't like to see people manipulated and lied to, and because
Do you think Robinhood? I think it's with everyone though. Do you think Robinhood, the people there are actually for the people, or do you think they're there for themselves?
Of course,
they're bringing out gambling on their app.
Exactly.
And you know what I think about that. Yes.
Yeah. No, I think it's everyone.
Oh, Motto, we got a new caller wants to call in. Motto is a member of 2 months. He's saying he'd like to be on the show, so you need to be on camera. I don't see you on camera. I'm ready to bring you in. You've said you're calling in, but I can't bring you in until I see you on camera.
I think he's probably referring to eToro. When he said Toro has gone up, I think.
Yeah, that IPO recently, didn't it?
Yeah.
eToro. Yeah, that was a new IPO about, I think, last week, wasn't it? I don't like eToro. I've never found it very useful. Do any of you guys use eToro?
I don't use it.
I found it a little bit.
I don't like it. It's a bit too weird.
It's weird. It's got buttons. It's all over the place. It's not clean. It's not clean and tidy. It's a bit. I don't know. I don't get it.
Robinhood's just so
business is fine, but yeah, I don't like using it personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think Robin is very Apple-esque. It's very clean, simple.
I really need to get a position in Robinhood. I've been watching it since it was nothing basically, and it's always one of those stocks that I'm like, should I?
Oh
and
my god,
$60 plus now, and I should have had a position.
It was $8 when I owned it. I owned it at $8. $8.
Yeah.
You can't buy it at 64. I think it's going to 80, but it'll enter the S&P one day.
I think so. Even now, then if it's going to go up, it's still a buy, because it's not going to get any cheaper, is it?
I don't think it is. No, it makes too much money. It's a solid business. As long as there's a stock market, there's going to be Robinhood now. So yeah.
Long term, it has to be a buy. I mean, just have to swallow my pride a little bit.
Suck it up and go, I just paid $60. Could have paid $8. Yeah, but that's the way it goes, though, isn't it? I mean, look at the people. Look at people today who are buying Apple. We're buying Apple today. And people bought it for pennies. You still buy it, don't you? You know.
I haven't got. Yeah, I know what you said. I haven't got Apple on my portfolio, but I do have it through the my VU and VTI.
Yeah, you got it through there. Here we go. We've got, let me just zoom you out a little bit. Very first time on the show. It's Motto. How are you?
Hey, a pleasure.
Where are you calling in from?
Alabama.
Oh, for some reason you're just behind your voice. I don't quite know why that is. You speak and then 3 seconds your voice comes. That's a bit strange. Never seen that before. That's an unusual one.
Can you hear me? Me?
Oh, yes, we can. You've got a bit of an echo there. Where are you calling in from?
Alabama.
Alabama. Welcome to you. There was a slight delay, but we can make it work. So what's your thoughts and questions today?
Sure. What I said earlier about Turo is an app in the United States where you can rent your own vehicle. And I rented my own Jeep Gladiator, and it paid for a good portion of it. And for the most part, people were really respectful. However, the market did get saturated, and it became not worth doing because it's a $40,000 car.
There you go, Sensei. Put that in your flipping model. Tell Kathy Wood that nonsense. Hey, we could end the show. I really like Motto. Yeah, he's good. See, he's put it all in context. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I'm a 30-something-year-old taking care of my wife and kids, and y'all changed our lives. So this is me paying my respects.
Oh, what? How long have you been watching the show for, Motto? What's your real name, by the way?
Cody.
Cody. How long have you been watching the show?
6 months.
6 months. How have we changed your life? What do you mean by that?
Well, I was a business owner. I put all my eggs in one basket, made some mistakes. I had $1 million business. But now I'm 34 with not much. So listening to your directives on how to navigate finances, I have a clear view of what I might do to protect my family.
Wow, how about that, Sensei? That just brings it home, doesn't it? It's what I said yesterday when I went on Spaces. The first feeling I had was, bloody hell, another medium, another place to be responsible. This is not just, oh, look at me, I'm on Spaces. I can talk to lots of people and pretend I'm Elon Musk. It's what we do here really affects people. So,
Yes.
Cody, that's very, very nice of you to say so. But remember, you do it by yourself. Sensei gives you charts. I give you fundamentals. You then go away and make your decisions. But it's very nice of you to say so. I appreciate that. You've obviously got many years ahead of you to invest. That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
What's your main investment?
Well, I gotta go.
Oh, okay. I'll let you go. Thank you very much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Cody.
Brilliant. Bloody hell, Sensei. How about that?
Yeah, it's
That's the first time.
It's nice to hear.
First time someone said that changed that.
Yeah.
You've changed our lives. Bloody hell. You better do good
It's
charts from now
definitely
on,
nice
mate.
to hear. Sorry?
You better do good charts from now on, mate. Been a bit dodgy recently. You got to like Cody's family are relying on you, mate.
Exactly. No, this is why I think I say it about 20 times during my shows. Every time, especially when I do the charts, I know how much, because I was there before. I mean, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I'll go on YouTube and go, oh, what's the next best altcoin? What's the next best this? I'll put my money in it and lose it. And I go, oh, great. But what we try and do here is just give you the tools so you can go and do the investment. That's why 10 times during my show I'd say it's not financial advice, but what I'm doing here is teaching you about the markets, teaching you about support and resistance, helping you navigate the markets and understanding what all these things are that I've learned by doing the markets all this time and looking at charts. So I'm really glad that it's actually helping people, and to hear that is amazing. But yeah, I understand. A lot of weight on the shoulders.
Are you going to make a little comment towards what he said about the app where he rented his car out and then the moment he did?
That's fine.
Are you going to make any comment on that? I wonder if Kathy
expected.
Wood might phone in.
I think she's put that in her model. I think Elon Musk knows
She has
that.
not put it in her model. What did Saab say at the beginning? You've never heard her be bearish on anything. Anyone that is always bull on everything, turn it off. There's no such thing. You see this lack of hair and these grey eyebrows and these wrinkles. There's a reason for that, mate. It's called old. Learn a few things.
She's not bullish on everything. If she's bullish on Tesla and where the robotaxi is going, she's bearish on black cab drivers and taxis in the old form.
I knew you'd find a way. I knew you'd find a way to twist it round. Oh, well, if she's bullish on Tesla, well, then she must be bearish on Ford. Rubbish.
Yeah, I was going to say Ford. We said it at the same time. Yeah, good.
To be fair, none of us had heard of Toro. We all know about Lyft and Uber, but none of us had heard of Toro. And it's a different thing. And
probably a reason why it probably started to be the greatest app in the world. We can all rent our cars out. Everybody did it until nobody did it because no one made any money. It was set up at the beginning, like we always said, for the business. They made loads of money. They got loads of downloads. Everybody bought it. It had its time in the sun. Then everyone went, oh, this is not working anymore.
And not everybody can run it. Not everybody can run a successful business.
That's right. Hello, Zach. How are you, mate?
Hi, Martin. Hi, Sab. Hi, Sensei. Very incredible conversation. Good to be with you. Thank you for the opportunity.
I've been under the gun here, mate. I've had Saab and Sensei trying to make me look bad on the show, mate. Trying to tell me I'm wrong. What do you think about Tesla? Your turn, Zach. Line them up, mate. I'm ready to shoot you down.
California is an empire. USA is not an empire, but California is an empire. And the technology that Mrs. Woods invests in the future is very bright and very smart. She can see moves that, just like MUSK, that us as people cannot. We are not there yet. Now, let's go back 10 years ago talking about Tesla. Let's go 10 years ago talking about Uber or Lyft. There were taxi. There were big change in the EV getting us to where we're at now. So nobody of us, we're talking about the cell phones. Let's look at the EV. Let's look at the technology that in San Francisco, and Elon Musk got very upset today when they mentioned the Google car, the Waymo, because Waymo is a legendary experience in San Francisco. It's like a trend. Anyone that comes to San Francisco don't want to do nothing just but sign and go with Waymo around the city. And it is autonomic, fully autonomic. So every time you say to Musk, he's getting upset because he knows that it's already out there. When you talk about 10, 12 cars already out in Austin doing the autonomic, it's not enough. It's not, it's just like he said, it's just practice. It's just still on the runway. And they have to have a driver still to make sure the safety. Once they're going to pass everything, there is no doubt, just like Waymo, they're going to be around. The difference between California and New York is big, and you could hear it from the big CEOs talking about the differences of transportation. New York cannot have a Tesla experience as the same as California. The city demand, the building, the traffic is a different way. To do Lyft and Uber is working in different ways in different parts of the US. And if you go to the classic United States, you'll still find what my favorite, to go to the veterans taxi driver. I always try to call vet drivers, and I have my local guy that is always there for me wherever I go. But it's changed. You don't see any taxis anymore.
I'm going to ask you two questions. Let's do the first one first. You said Kathy Wood sees things that we don't see, this and that and the other. You're sort of putting her
involved.
Yeah, you're sort of saying that she's some sort of innovator. She sees things that we don't see. I would disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. The people that invent the stuff, build the stuff, see the future. Kathy Wood doesn't see the future. She sees people's sentiment and greed to buy the future. That's a very different thing than being Einstein and seeing the future. She knows how to manipulate people to buy what they cannot get today, which sounds futuristic and is cool and makes her money today. There's a very different thing with being an innovator who sees the future, who builds the future, than someone who taps in to what, I mean, it's the same with me. I'm an entertainer. Since I was 4 years of age, I know there's one skill I've got more than any other skill in the world, and that is how to read my audience. That is my number one skill, is how to read my audience, right? I know what works and what doesn't. I know how to get everyone excited and fired up and all this. That's what I do. No secret there. Kathy Wood knows the same thing. She knows how to tap into things that will ignite people's passion and excitement to buy her business, which is what makes her successful, right? Nothing wrong with that, but that's who she is. So there's a difference, I think, between being an innovator and someone who's just firing everybody up to buy whatever she's trying to sell. So what do you think of that? Sensei's got something to say, but you answer that first.
If I may, before you said about a week ago that with the love or hate to President Trump, is one of the most working president you've ever seen, and I agree.
I agree.
When you involve and you're out in the field and you sign contracts and you see the companies and you see the offices and you see the workers, that's why I'm saying involve in potential. Potential, there is Target and Home Depot have a potential, but the potential growth of the technology that you see is a little bit more than the regular life we got used to, because that's the change of technology that the world bring us. That's it.
Yeah, but you've not really said, I'm trying to find out, you're saying that she is some kind of, she sees what we don't see.
I think she does.
You do?
I think she sees, I think she sees, well, I mean, it's proven from before. I don't know if she sees what me and you don't see, but she sees what a lot of the population don't. I mean, if you put Tesla in front of people 10 years ago, everyone was shorting the stock. No one ever thought Tesla will make it out, and they thought they were fair. I mean, even Elon Musk at points was worried that Tesla wouldn't do well. However, in 2014 to 2016, she was buying Tesla. She was bullish on Tesla. She had a $4,000 target on Tesla pre-split, which has been hit. And that was when no one else saw Tesla coming out the woodwork. And that's when, for example, I think Zach Zate was there at that time. Saab was looking at Tesla at that time. We were looking at Tesla, and if you looked at the fundamentals, if you ran the models, if you ran the numbers, and you actually didn't listen to the noise and the manipulation out there, something she was doing at the time, you would look like you're a crazy person having a 4,000 price prediction or buying Tesla in 2018. But back then, she was bullish on Tesla. She was saying why Tesla would come out in front, and it did, and it hit her targets. And that's a time where she saw things that obviously 99% of the population didn't see. She did it with crypto 2015. Everyone would say Bitcoin's a scam. I mean, people are saying it now. People were saying it a year ago. People were saying it in the last bear market. Bitcoin's going to zero. It can go to zero very quick. In 2015, imagine how much more people were bearish on crypto and Bitcoin and whatever. Back then, she was one of the first institutional voices to say that crypto is here to stay, and that's when she got involved. So there has been many times in history where Cathie Wood, whether you like or hate her, she's seen things that most of the population hasn't seen, and that's why I'd say she's.
And as I mentioned, if I may before, it's not just seeing, she learning as it goes. Every day there is something new, and you got to be there to know what it is. Just like we know the AI, and last week I heard about AI agent. There is an engine inside that controls the other AI. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
And I'm learning about it.
Big voice in AI as well before anything like ChatGPT or that moment. And these are very interesting. AI agents are incredible. It's AIs running AIs to do a certain job. I mean, yeah. But yeah, she saw AI before.
Is there a difference between seeing the future to invest in the future, seeing what nobody else sees, or seeing a path to manipulate the narrative? What I mean by that is Cathie Wood has a very, very unique relationship with Vlad Tenev. She loves Robinhood as well. How much of Robinhood, how much influence did Robinhood have over Tesla stock? When people that couldn't access, or at least they thought they couldn't access stocks, suddenly
the answer is in your question. The answer is in your question. If Robinhood gave us on the trivia question, each one got a doji, which means Robinhood bought doji ahead to give it to the Robinhood trivia question.
Do you mean Dogecoin?
The Dogecoin. The other day I got $2.80 from the trivia, which means Robinhood already ahead purchase and contract with the doji.
Right, but what? So
when it was 20 cents. Right. When it was 20 cents.
So what I'm saying, put the pieces together. Imagine this scenario.
It dropped down to 16
Imagine-
and it went up to 24.
Right. But imagine
cents.
this, right? Because you're saying Cathy Wood's great. She sees the future. What if it's not she sees the future? She just has a good relationship with Elon Musk and Vlad Tenev, and they sit in a room one day and they go, you know the electric car? Yeah. Well, you know it's not a new invention, right? No, it's been around for a long time. But imagine if we mass produce that. That's sexy and cool, isn't it? Something new. It's the Jetsons. It's flying cars. It's the future of the world. Crypto's taking off. Come up with some complete joke coin. Dogecoin. Elon Musk, you're the man for that. Just make it up. What do they say? Hide in plain sight. Admit it's a joke. And tell everybody it's a joke. They'll all buy it because you're being so honest. It's a joke. You'll bring it to the world. They'll all buy it because they'll just think it can't be a scam because Elon Musk has just said it's a joke, so it's got to be real. He's admitting it's a joke. And then Robinhood comes up, and Robinhood is pro Dogecoin. Robinhood is like pro Tesla. Robinhood is ARK Invest. They're all in the same thing. Saab, you're muted, mate. You're muted.
I think it's fair to say that she's more bullish or has the foresight to invest further into the future than other people do because she has relationships with big companies and big CEOs who know what they're talking about.
And there we go. That's what I'm getting at. Seeing the future when you don't know what the future is and creating something that doesn't exist is one thing. Seeing it because you've got a few mates in the same room all together doing the same, that's a different thing. That is where manipulation and greed comes in because 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 people, just like we showed you, the Trump family with 28 wallets or something like that. I gave you the Sky News report. 28 wallets took nearly all the money of the Trump coin. Everybody else lost their money. So it might be great. This might be great. That might be great. But all I'm trying to do is pose the conversation that we don't have that power. So we end up joining the club that a handful of people
It's the
create.
vision.
They
The
don't
vision.
innovate anything.
You have the vision.
Sorry?
They have the vision. It's not the power, the vision.
Cathy Wood
'Cause
doesn't have
once
the
you-
vision. Cathy Wood
But
doesn't
she knows,
invent it.
she knows
She
people
hasn't-
who have those
Cathy
visions.
Wood hasn't invented and come up with anything new. Not a single thing. She's tapped in to retail investors' greed when Robinhood came out. She had best friends with Vlad. They got the Robinhood. She loves Robinhood. Promote all that. You've got a handful of things all propelling each other. Well, the rest of us try to play catch up.
But that's
thinking
fair,
they're
Martin,
amazing.
It's still fair to say, if you know people who have visions, if you're in that room, if you have the access to those people, you can see those things. It's like, millionaires and billionaires, right? And you have conversations with people at the top, right? It's the same thing. You have information that other people don't have. That's what
true.
she has.
And that's true. And that's how it works.
And she shares it with us.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're
And she
going to
puts
be
it
in that
into
club, if I was in that club, I would want to be a useful contributor to that club.
She's pumping their stocks.
Yeah, she is for her own selfish ends, not to help us, not to help anybody else, and they're quite happy with that. They're quite like that relationship. That relationship is very good. You can say what you like, Cathy, as long as you're pumping our stock, we're happy. We don't care.
Sometimes it's not for herself. It's something.
Sorry.
Sometimes one thing that good to one is bad for another. Obviously.
I just think that these conversations are important to understand that we're all connected, and we are, and there's nothing wrong with being the pawns in the game. We're the pawns on the chessboard. We're not the king and the queen. We're not the knights. We're the pawns. We get moved around and smashed over at the first opportunity. Nothing wrong with knowing who you are. We're the pawns, right? But we're being pushed around the board. And hopefully we make some money along the way. But I just think it's important when you get people that cannot see anything other than it's only one way. It only goes up. It's all great. And they can't see anything else. They'll pay any price. The Palantirian army, the Tesla fanboys, all of these things. my job is to provide, at least every day I try to go, I did the right thing. I brought some balance into all of this. Not saying you can't get rich, not saying you can't make any money, but I'm not going to sit here joining the YouTubers club of I just talking absolute flipping rubbish just to help everybody make money. And I know what I'm saying is not always popular on this subject. So, yeah.
No, that's good. The fact that we talk about, and have different sides to the argument, but we're all just playing a game. Life's a game, but we're all just playing a game. We're just trying to get better at learning the rules. And if we learn, if we learn from all the other people, and we see what the rules are and how to manipulate, because everybody's being manipulated to a certain extent. We learn the rules and learn how to play the game. Then we can get better at the game, because you know what? We can't stop the game. We can't change the game, but we need to know the rules,
That's right.
For example, a question that very common to this channel the last month. I don't see myself passing when I'm driving a eVTOL, which means, is it a car? Because car, I want to pass it in the lane on the road. Like the Fifth Element, when the cars were flying and one next to each other, that is a flying car. So is it a flying car or flying vehicle? It's not a car.
No.
Right?
No. I don't know actually why we say flying cars, actually, because the EVTOLs don't drive along the road and then take off. We should stop saying flying cars, because they ain't flying. I think Sensei started that. I'm blaming Sensei. Sensei or Vaz, definitely nothing to do with me, right? Absolutely, I'm not involved in that. But yeah, definitely, it's not a flying car at all. It's basically electric helicopter. We should just say that, really.
Sorry.
It's an electric helicopter. We've had them around for years. Nothing new at all.
We're at the first rendition, really, right? And eventually they'll start looking like cars. There are those about, right? But they're just not going to get licensed yet. The ones that look like cars.
But I mean, is there any point? It sounds cool, doesn't it? I got a flying car, like the hoverboard. Oh, I got a hoverboard, flight, whatever, Back to the Future. But in reality, why does one vehicle need to be everything? I tend to find in life that individual specialist items work better. Like my piano works better as a piano, not a piano that turns into a microphone. You know what I mean? They don't need to do everything. You got a car which is built to be a car, efficient. It's a car. It drives to the airport.
Forget cars, robo-taxis. You've got robo-taxis.
All right,
yeah?
okay. I'll get a robo-taxi. All right, smart ass. We go in a robo-taxi to the airport. We get the airport. We get in the aeroplane. They're going to be built differently, right? I'm sure an aeroplane individually and a car individually is going to be better than any car plane mixed together. It's obvious, isn't it? Because the plane would take off and it'd be carrying wheels, unnecessary weight. So it wouldn't, unless the wheels could turn into the fuel, it wouldn't make any sense, would it? So, do we need flying cars? Well, we do if somebody wants to sell something new that everybody hasn't got. But really, a car which drives to a robo-taxi, which goes to the airport and then turns in, and then you get into a plane, does the job better, doesn't it?
When you're sitting on the M1 and you're stuck in a traffic jam, all you want is a flying car at that point.
You do at that point. But if we all had flying cars, we'd all take off and crash into each other anyway. So it ain't going to work. That goes back to what I first said. The first man to get a tape, the first man to get a CD. If we all suddenly flipped a switch and we all took off and crashed into each other, it'd be the same as sat on the ground, wouldn't it? With no difference.
I definitely want a Fifth Element car, Zach. I love them. I'd love to have a flying car. But the rules. Imagine how long that's going to take. That'll probably
exactly.
Take
and you'd love one of those when you're the only person doing it, because you'd be in the sky on your own. You'd love it. But if every single person, all the bloody idiots, all the drunk drivers, they were up there crashing the planes, you wouldn't want to be up there, would you? You'd be rubbish.
But it would look horrible, though. The Earth would look horrible with just cars of that just flying all over you, and there's no sunlight coming through. It it looks dreary. But I'd love to drive one.
Exactly. It only works for the first person who gets one, and then it's all rubbish again. There you go. Would any of you buy a robot? Any of you buy a robot? I've asked Leah. She said absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh, you would?
I'll buy 5.
Yeah.
Why would you want 5?
Because one will be gardening, one will be cleaning the house, One
You're
will
just
be
lazy.
building me stuff.
No,
Build me
one would be one or two would be enough, Sensei, because one would be like so efficient that it'd be able to cook all your meals, do the lawn when it's not cooking meals, because you don't have to come sit down unless you're
Yeah, but
lonely.
imagine the businesses you can build. Just be like, oh, you can just go and cut some wood for me, or you can go do
Yeah.
this. And do,
Yeah,
you just want a
definitely.
fleet of them. I
Hang
think
on a
most
minute.
people will.
Hang on a minute. Think of all the business you can build. So I'll have somebody cook. Yeah, again, it's the same thing as the supply and demand. All the everyone's got robots cutting wood. Anybody want any wood? Don't need any wood. My robot's already got my wood for me. Oh, what about a plumber? My robot's already a plumber. We end up in the same place again. You can't. It's
You have
always
to stay
the
ahead.
first
You have to
person to
stay
get
ahead
it.
of the curve. It's just like AI. It's just like AI. It's come out.
You
It's taken
can't
over people's
look.
jobs.
When you get as old as me, you'll realise you can't keep being the first person because it lasts for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, you're ahead of everybody else, and then everyone's just like, "I've got a robot who does the gardening. I don't need a gardener." Oh God!
It's good. Which is fine. Which is good. Everyone should have a.
But what are you
robot.
going to do then? What are you going to do with your
What do you-
day if your robot does everything for you? What are you going to do?
Things that I'd like to do. Just take AI
Do you
as
know
an
what?
example.
Everybody who says that talks rubbish. Can I tell you why? Proof. Me and Leah say, because we got a house in Cornwall by the sea, blah, blah, blah. Here's the truth. Oh, I can't wait till we retire, Leah. Oh, it's going to be great, innit? Yeah. We'll have all the time we need to walk on the beach. How many times do we walk on the beach when we go back to Cornwall? None. We're too busy making the bed, doing the normal stuff, cooking the dinner, blah, 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 vacuuming the carpet. We ain't got time to walk on the beach. You don't just get up every day and walk on the beach.
Exactly. You'd have a robot to do all that for you, so you could go walk on the beach.
Well, every day. That's all you're going to do
What-
every day.
Whenever you wanted. And the other thing is, if you went on holiday, the robot could look after the dog. Like there's things that we have to make decisions. Like, the dog. What about the dog?
What's the
Who's gonna
point?
feed
Isn't the
dog?
point of having a dog? It gets you out the house to walk it. If the robot walks the dog, what the bloody hell's the point of owning the dog?
No, but they can go on vacation and then you don't have to worry about the dog.
You can't see it. You can't see it. You're not doing Kathy Wood. You can't see the future. Just
Yeah,
like everyone.
because I haven't got any shares to sell. That's what. Hang on a minute. I'll change myself. I am now Kathy Wood. I am now trying to get you to buy my shares. If we have a robotaxi, you can do this. You could go and walk on the beach. I can say the same thing. The difference is I'm telling you the truth because I haven't got any shares to sell. There it is.
There's living. AI has come out.
She will
and
tell you
it's
she need a robot to
revolutionised
cut her wood.
every single job.
Since the beginning of time, right? Humans born and we die, and we fill in between with a few experiences. Take the experiences away, you're not a human anymore. There's nothing to get up out of bed for. The only thing that makes a day is the experiences and the moment between getting out of bed and going back to bed again. And the less things you have to do, I mean, I can show you people in the third world, in Africa, that get up in the morning and their entire purpose of the day is walking 20 miles, get some water, bringing it back and cooking the dinner. That's it.
I know. And
That's
what
their job.
You're literally... No, but that's what you're saying. That's good. You're saying that's the point of life. You do stuff like that. What I'm saying is we want robots to revolutionize this so we can actually do, and then we can actually think about how we can enjoy life, and they can do those stuff.
You wouldn't do it. If you wouldn't do it, if you had all the time in the world, you would do nothing because nothing's got any urgency.
What you enjoy is making the bed and doing all these things that society have told you is great things to do. You're saying you enjoy making the bed. You're saying you're enjoying doing the thing. You're enjoying taking the rubbish out. You're saying that kid that's walking 20 miles, that's part of his life and is part of his experience.
Right, hang on a minute. A few weeks ago, you had a job. You quit your job to be on the show. Except you're not on the show 8 hours a day like you used to be with the job. You're on the show a couple of hours a day. You're on at night time when you should be sleeping, right? But you haven't replaced the entire hours with this show, right? So what are you doing now? You have all this free time. I'm assuming you're having massages and you're walking around the garden. What are you actually doing? I bet you're sat on your ass doing nothing, waiting around, getting bored in between. What are you actually doing with all that free time, Sensei?
That's
Tell me.
exactly what I'm doing. Massages,
Yeah.
walks.
Tell me the truth.
Going
You're
up-
sitting around.
Research.
He's passing time. He's gone, oh my God, I've been sat here for 3 hours watching a movie. I need to do something else. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You're no
If only I
different.
was just
There's a
Every
bunch of things,
human's the
Martin.
same. Every human's the same.
We
No,
don't
I
get
know.
enough time to spend like spiritually on ourselves. We don't get that time, in our day-to-day lives. We don't get enough time to spend with our families because we're all busy working two jobs a day or a week or whatever. People working two jobs now to make
All
ends
right.
meet.
All right.
So you
So
get more time with your family. You can raise your children better. You can do more in the arts. You can work more on yourself as body. You can start being more spiritually aware. There's things to do. Believe me.
really? So you've got all the time in the world now. You've got no work going on, and you're going to spend all day with your children playing silly buggers. Or
Not all
I
day,
get
but
bored in that in about 10 minutes.
No, but you can spend you can allocate more time towards the things that you need to do it.
When you're on
No.
holiday, Saab, I'm presuming you're going on holiday now and again, right?
Occasionally.
Occasionally,
Not much
yeah,
holiday.
like me, never. When you go on holiday, what do you actually do on holiday?
It depends where you go. So you got different holidays. Like if I go back home to India, I visit a lot of people, or let a lot of people come visit us. But if I'm going to say Greece, or if I went to Bali or something, that I'm out looking at stuff. I was in England a few months ago, and I was out just meeting family. So I don't do too much when I'm going to meet family or go out anywhere. I just want people to just hang out with, just family. But if I'm out on a trip, then I actually want to go see stuff. And you can travel more, Martin. So, when you got robots doing stuff for you. But I'm not one of those guys who just go sit at the beach.
No,
That's what I want to. That's how about you, Saab. How about you, Sensei? You've been on holiday recently, a lot actually. This last 12 months.
I never enjoy those holidays where you just go and sit on a beach. I like to explore. Lots of walks, lots of traveling. I mean, I've called in from multiple places. I feel like I've called in from the slopes. I've called in from the Eiffel Tower. All the times I've called into the show previously. So yeah, I'm one of those people that just likes to explore and walk around and do stuff. Visit restaurants, try new food, go for walks, museums. All that
Food's
sort
the
of
best.
stuff. Yeah, food.
Interesting.
That's why
isn't
we
it?
need robots.
Yeah. Well,
No, I know what you mean. There's always that, I'm sure if robots and you had nothing to do, a lot of people would just lose the purpose of life. Just like when people retire, they just don't know what to do with their life. They just completely.
when I retire, I'm going to play golf every day. And then they don't. Can't be bothered anymore.
But then
Why
give
is
it 2
Elon Musk?
years.
Why is Elon Musk bringing out robots? Is it to make money? I don't think so. He's rich enough. Why would you get out of bed in the morning? Oh, well, how can I make some more money when I'm the richest man in the world? I can't imagine that would be an incentive. I'll make robots. It'll make everyone's lives better. Does he really care about my individual life? Of course he doesn't. How could you possibly care about every human being's existence? You could say you do, but you don't. You can't. You don't know those people are. How could you care about everybody?
Martin,
So why does he do
to
it?
hear it from you, R2D2?
What are you saying?
We grew up on robots. We want to see a robot.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't think Elon Musk's incentive to build robots is to make your life better or to make him any money. That's the only reasons why they should exist, really. Make shareholders money, that's what he does, that's his business, or give you a better life. It isn't that. I'll tell you why Elon Musk wants to make robots. Because when he was younger, he was bullied a lot, a bit like me, right? And he has something to prove, and he loves doing things and making things and just achieving them. And after a while, it just becomes an obsession with growing and making stuff. I just want to see this channel grow. I just love doing it. I hope it's good for you. I hope it helps. I hope it earns me money. But I don't get out of bed thinking, how can I earn $10 a day? That doesn't do it. I just do it because I'm obsessed now with building stuff. And that's it. I don't know. I don't think Elon Musk just wants to make stuff. That's it.
I think Elon's Elon, his plan, like obviously he wants robots so he can colonize Mars. He can't send people there, number one. So he wants to make life abundant out here, right? So that people don't have to work as much. The other thing is, I think he wants to be the most influential man that was ever known on Earth, because if you look at all the things that he's doing, they're all connected. So you've got the robots, taxis, which is all the transport. You've got robots doing all the work, right? That's already two huge things. Then he's got spaceships that he wants to send people to Mars. He's got satellites going around the globe that are connecting everything. He's got solar, doing battery power that's going to power the whole world. Like, if that's not enough, that's crazy. That he'll be the most, like 100 years from now, people will be like, oh, freaking Elon Musk.
I don't think innovators like Elon Musk think like that. We think they think like that because we want to give them some sort of title. I bet that's how he thinks. There's got to be a plan. I think when you're an innovator, maybe in my own little way, this is my little creation. I think if you've got a mind that wants to grow and just build, and you're open to new ideas, I didn't plan on Sensei being on the show. I didn't plan on Vaz being on the show, but I'm open to things that happen. And you're just constantly going along with it. I don't mean just going along with anything. You know, Vaz, Sensei says tomorrow I'm going to come on the show standing on my head. Is that all right? No, there's some structure to it. But the point is, you're just, you love to what comes next. And I don't think that Elon Musk is sitting around like a James Bond villain going, I'm going to build the rocket, that will make the thing, that will put me on there, that will get me to there. Because how could you can't. It's not because he can't think ahead or be a Cathy Wood, like Sensei said, and see the future. It's just he's open to possibilities to see where it goes and let it develop. And unlike the people at NASA who have rules to follow, they can't produce a rocket until it passes tests. Elon Musk likes blowing them up to see what happens. He's basically a rich kid who just got carried away. Really clever, but he allowed himself to be carried away. And let's blow up a rocket and learn from it. He'll tell you that himself. And I think he's just open to the next idea. What happens next? This morning I found myself on Spaces. That wasn't a big plan. Now I'm going to conquer X. It worked. I'll try it out again tomorrow and see what happens. And I think that's it. I think Elon Musk is living the best life. He's experimenting. He's playing around. He's a big kid with big toys, rockets. Let's see what happens when I blow him up. You can see how excited he gets when they blow up. He doesn't even care.
I don't think it starts like that, Martin. But I think, once you start, it becomes a self-fulfilling.
Guys, 2 minutes, I'm back.
Sometimes it just turns out that, when you go into a certain direction, you start believing in yourself and thinking, what, maybe I was meant for this. Maybe I was meant for more. And,
yeah, but be careful with that because we all can get carried away.
No, absolutely. You get that king, what's it called? The king mentality or whatever it is. So yeah, we have to be careful.
I think it's also when you're a very successful business person and you're creating things, you just have one vision and whatever it is, you don't have time to think. You've just got so much going on. You just have to get it done. Oh, wait, I've got to do that. I've got this meeting here. I've got this meeting here. I've got a goal. I need to get to the goal. And then you just start obsessing. You just keep going. And there's no stop. And you don't have time to stop because there's always a million things on the agenda. Now get on the plane. Now do this. You really don't have time to think. And that's what surprised me a little bit about why he went into politics, because that sort of proves that wrong. So yeah. I don't know. I think it's a mixture of everything.
He went into politics because of what I just said. He just goes with whatever pops up. He's like a yes guy. He's not a yes guy to something stupid. I bet if I rang him up tomorrow and said, "Would you come on my show?" he wouldn't do it, right? But when things come up and it's exciting, it's exciting. He was excited. Why do you think he had what's his called kid killed X, the little kid on his shoulders in the Oval Office? A lot of people criticised him for going in the Oval Office with the President of the United States with a baseball cap on, with his kid picking his nose, wiping it on the Resolute desk. That was a big thing on the internet, right? Unbelievable, right? But he's just loving it. He's thinking, here I am.
I think it's just showing his power.
Yeah,
it's like
he's just literally running around the world having a laugh.
You can't do anything.
yeah, he's loving life, and good luck to him. Why not?
Yeah.
But you know, there it is, and I just think that's what life's about. So you don't need too many robots in your life. Elon Musk doesn't own a house. You think doesn't he rent a house all the time or something?
He's
Apparently
had
so.
plenty. He's had plenty and sold them all for his
Yeah.
businesses, and
Yeah. Anyway, another great conversation. I think I won the argument, though. I think it was obvious that, you know, you tried your best and I knocked you all down, smashed you all down. No one's right, no one's wrong. We just make a load of noise in between the day. That's it.
I think it's incredible that you have this platform that we can have these debates. It's absolutely amazing. Giving people the opportunity to see two sides of things, bringing them the news. It's incredible what you've built, and I love being able to have these debates. Just like Saab was saying, how amazing it is that we can come and say both sides of things, get the chat involved, and present all these ideas. It's incredible. No one does this.
Yeah. So we've
I'm
talked it
sorry
through.
I left. Are you still talking about space this morning?
Do what? Sorry?
You still talking about space, the conversation you had this morning in X? I was out of the conversation because I was listening to you this morning with Martin Sensei and X.
Oh, yes.
On
Spaces, yeah.
That's what we were talking. That's incredible. It is like such a radio show, and it does take you to space. So I love being there.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was coming through with you having a lisp on the other side, though.
Was it?
Yeah, you were like, we're on X. It sounded like
might
a
be.
bit lispy.
Yeah, I think it's because I was over here and my phone is like quite away, and the sound, I listened to it back and I thought that sounds bloody awful. Yeah, I was trying to be on the show and be on there, and it doesn't really work. You got to do one or the other. So I'll do it again, but I'll end the show and I'll just go to X and pick up the phone and talk on the phone and do it properly. But yeah, or be on my headset, headphones.
You should thank Elon Musk for that, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Go Elon.
It doesn't earn you any money. There's no reason to do it. There's no ads or there's no. What was that?
He's
Sensei?
playing a video game.
Sensei. It's Sensei. He's playing silly buggers. He's playing the sound effects, isn't he?
It's everything with Elon. You heard his fart program on the Tesla? Elon liked that sounds. He got his farts program on Tesla every time.
Yeah. Exactly.
You like those sounds?
He just messes around. He's just a big kid larking about with really expensive toys. That's all he's doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's in that position. He's worked for it. He's obsessive over it. Every day, just keep doing it. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, it's time to wrap up the show. It's 4:10. I've got to get off. This was a bit of a surprise closing, but I wasn't expecting to talk about this particular subject. It kind of just developed from Sensei's and Vaz's show. And that's it, really. Any comments in the chat? Yes, the Spaces audio was way off. Yeah, Jason. Bloody hell, Jason. We would look, Jason, I was doing a YouTube show with my phone over here, all right? Tomorrow I'll do it properly. Sorry about that. No, you're right. It sounded rubbish. DJ Hayes says, the first two seasons were good, but it's lost its way on the third season. Oh, I think he's talking to James about something. I don't know what that was. I'm not sure what that was. He's watching. I don't know what that is. Kazansky, agreed. Westworld. There you go. Westworld. That's what we're talking about. Great debate show, guys. JJ Ball, stay safe. Nick Jones, Sensei, you're playing a late one tonight. Oh my God. Seriously? Sensei, what are you doing? Getting out of bed at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm literally going to bed 6 hours ahead of you, and you're up doing a show middle of the night because Bitcoin's moving. Bloody hell, Sensei. Is this the new you? What's going on? You got to get some sleep, mate.
I have made a promise to everyone that if anything happens and I'm awake and I can
don't make promises you can't keep, mate. I'm telling you what, you're stretching it too much there, mate.
I'm keeping it so far. I will actually do, if that's okay, Matt, I'll do a show straight after this. I don't know if I'll do one at 2 a.m, but I'll do one straight after this ends.
What about? What's the subject? What's the subject?
Well, Bitcoin is up 1% right now, and it did hit the highest price since January this year. So we are.
Oh yeah, I see it.
keep an eye on it and just see if it does go any higher. Just give a final analysis for the night and see if we catch a pump. If not, we will go again in the morning.
Have you set one up already?
Yes, I'll just unlist. It was unlisted. I'll put it back out.
Oh, okay.
MSK donated
Let me have a look.
£5 through a super chat. Great debate, guys. It was resounding win for the three lads, to be fair, Uncle Martin, LOL.
That's really weird. Great debate. It was a resounding win for the three lads, to be fair, Uncle Martin. How was it fair? How was it a win? I clearly made my point, and every time I did it, Sensei would say something, and Vatsar would say it, and I go, "There's my point." What point? What was you watching? What part of this was you watching? How you've come to that assumption? Unbelievable. I'm not quite sure how that was working because I've turned the sound effects because I didn't have it coming on. That was you guys playing. That was you playing the audio, wasn't it, Sensei?
Oh, maybe my sound effects were on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good because if I have it on, it's over your face. So I turned it off, but the audio still works. That's quite clever. That. See, that's what we just invented something
we did
else.
it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We created. So we didn't have a meeting before and discuss all the ins and outs and spend months of planning this show, and then that would never happen. We just went live. Stuff happens. Now we've learned something. That's my point about just doing it and learning from it. Sod it. That's what you do. Anyway, I will join in next time. I love debates. So yeah, we do know, MSK, but I won't let you in if it gets
7
too
more
spicy.
windows.
7 more windows. That's right. I thought I saw a notification. I don't know what that. Nick Jones. I'm not sure what you mean. Thank you, MSK, for the super chat. That's very nice. Should do a debate live once a week. We do them quite regularly. They just happen when they happen. There's no pre-arrangement. It just happens when it happens. Right. Let me go and look. Sensei said he's got a show set up.
Public now.
Is it? You watch this. I guarantee it. It's going to be like a Marvel comic book. I saw you change the thumbnail with the one that I did earlier. For you and you, we'll be having words after the show.
So you had POW on it. You had POW, and I thought you don't like Marvel.
It was done in a way that reflected what you were trying to do, but in a better way. And he's done it. He's done it. I knew it. He's gone. Here we go again. It's the same. It's the same. Here he goes again. It's the same. I mean, it can't be every single day, Sensei. I mean, it just looks like you've got a stock picture. See, my one is a stock picture, but it's no reaction. Just I'm identifying the brand. That's all it is. You're always going like that. It can't always be this dramatic. It just can't, can it? Do you know what? That's why I like the 1950s. You know why? Because in 1950, this is how an MC would introduce the biggest star in the world. This is how we did it in the 50s. This is how the world has changed. In 1950s, MC would walk on the stage, black tie, black suit. Doesn't this sound better? Watch. He would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Frank Sinatra." Great. Like that. Wow. Big moment. Today, how's it done? Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe it. Please welcome to the stage, Frank Sinatra! Which worked best?
The second one.
The second one was... I've always found, and it works, if you shout, no one listens. If you whisper, everyone leans forward to listen to what you have to say. But when you whisper, you have to know what you have to say has value. And you have to have confidence that people will listen. When you've got no confidence, you feel you have to shout. See, look, Sensei's like that. What's he going to say? I want to know what... See, and it works. But you can only do it if you've got something worth saying and you've got a captive audience. When you haven't got any of those things, you've got to scream and shout to get attention, like The Price is Right. Oh, my God, The Price is Right. Does anybody watch The Price is Right in America? Do you ever watch that, Sub? You ever watch The Price is Right?
not in America. I used to watch it in England back in the day.
Did you? My dad sold Leslie Crowther the Lotus that was once owned by Bond in the white car that went under the sea. My dad once owned that, and at one point he sold that to Leslie Crowther, who was the original English guy. Price is Right. How
did your dad get a hold of that? The 007 car?
No idea. I
love that car.
Yeah. I don't know if he had it before or after or whatever, but all I know is there's a story and a picture and a whole catalogue. My dad owned the Lotus Esprit. Yeah. He sold it to Leslie Crowther. Whether it was before or after James Bond, I don't know. But at some point, that's the one. I know, great, isn't it? What a story that is. Yeah. Anyway, so don't know how that connects to that.
Question, Martin. Question. There is the
Price is Right. Yeah, shouting all the time.
I've been to the Lucasfilm Festival. Are you familiar with the Lucasfilm company?
No. Well, yeah, Lucasfilm, yeah, Star Wars, yeah. But exactly. I've never been.
So they're still on. Okay. So your name again goes legendary. Because last week in San Francisco, Lucasfilm Festival.
Yeah, but that ain't really my name. It's George Lucas. We're not related or anything, so I can't claim any claim to that. I'd like to say that, but it wouldn't be true, would it?
Yeah. So Lucas is your middle name, right?
Correct. It's my stage name.
I see.
Yeah, it's my stage name. That's absolutely correct. When I was born, I'm not going to give my full name on the show. Right, you probably know what it is, but my full name, what it is, but Martyn Lucas, my mum and dad always said if you become an entertainer, because they were entertainers, that sounds better than your full name. So, right? And then we changed the I to a Y because it looked better. That's it. There you go. A little bit of a tidbit there for you, mate. Anyway, there's that. Sensei's back. So we've got this event going. This is going to go live in a minute, is it?
Yes, it will. Yeah. In
XRP, Bitcoin, pump now. Sensei all excited. I tell you what, though, actually, I take it back. He's actually wearing the same shirt. So it's kind of there, isn't it? He's got the same gear on. Oh, yeah. Dear God. Yeah. Does it work though? Does it work? These thumbnails. Do you get more views than my shows? Does it work?
No. This is why I need to do it.
I keep saying, why don't you try it? Just because one day, try.
I'm not as famous as you, Martin.
Yes, you are. You're more famous. You're Sensei Crypto. People know who you are now. Yeah. Just be who you are. See, Saab's going. I tell you what it is. All the old boys will go, I like it. Just do that. All the young ones go, we love all that.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is what I'm used to. This is why the thing is, I don't do it in a way that is like, I actually say, like every video when I do that, I'm literally saying, as you said, good or bad clickbait. I want people to click on it, to get excited, and I'm going to deliver on what that's saying. So once they come in, hopefully they see we're not like the other channels, but yeah, I guess it's.
Do you know what though? Do you know what? The sooner you find out, the sooner you discover in life who you are, you always do better. Knowing who you are and knowing what your audience see in you, not what you think they see in you. Do you know what your audience come to see you for? Do you know what it is?
Sharp.
They know that you understand charts. It's interesting. They learn from you. They love what you do. That's why they come. They come for the charts and the community. The community, that's very important. The community, the conversation, and your understanding of the charts, and you talking to the community. That's why they come. Mainly for them.
You're very personable, Sensei. Like, yeah, it's easy to relate to.
Don't just think it's the charts. It's the community that you've got. They chat to you differently than they chat to me. Different conversation, same audience, but you do get your own audience as well. But they come for the community talking to you about charts and you understanding it. But mainly they come for themselves because of the community that you create. You say, I create a community. You got your community, right? That's how it is. So if it's about community and charts, what's there in that? There ain't. What's in that is you don't believe in yourself enough that you have to do that. That's what YouTubers do. You don't need to do that. Yeah. You just be you, and
but the thing is, it's kind of is me because I get like that thumbnail there. I'm actually show starts, I'm very excited about Bitcoin going to all-time highs. So I'm kind of
Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't. If you did it once and that was the first time you went wow, then it would. If I did a wow tomorrow, everybody go, oh my God, what's happening with Martyn? Because I don't do wow. If you do wow every day, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stan Sinatra. No one listens.
There's never a quiet day in crypto though. There's always wow. I'm always
but it
every
can't
day
be
I
a
wake
wow
up and
every
I
day.
go wow.
It
And I
can't
go,
be.
is crypto, what's going on? Wow. That's me every day, I promise you. That's me.
Every day is a
That is me
wow.
Every
Every day should
day
be
is
a
a
wow.
wow. Yeah. And I noticed, because I do a lot of research, Sensei doesn't know this, but I do a lot of little looking around, and Sensei does this. Has everyone noticed this? He likes to always put the little flashing light at the beginning of the set. He likes this icon here. He likes it. And I thought, where does he get that idea from? Does anybody else do that? And there are quite a few people that do the little flashing icon. Every single one of them is a crypto channel. So be yourself, Sensei. Don't worry about everybody else doing. Be you, and you'll build your own thing. You watch, tomorrow you'll be really serious.
Tomorrow I have like 2 viewers.
This is a really good one.
Saab knows. He's making videos all the time. Go on what he says.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you my video channel, guys.
Have you got a video channel?
No.
No, right, okay. Ah, bloody hell. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. If you
Definitely very fun to watch, Sensei. Very fun. The charts are very strong with him. You can take it to the 120, 150. Sometimes they go back to the 210, and it leads us toward what's coming. And we talked about BTC for 120, 130, 150, and you can see it through the chart. Definitely, it shows there is direction. The same I can say the final after the excitement we have Friday and yesterday about the Virgin Galactic. If you still look at the 244 3 weeks ago and you look at 4, again, it's the chart shows a change of direction. If it will go, and I wrote it earlier, if it's under 4 for me, it's a good buy. But if it gets back to 3, for my opinion, it's goodbye.
Yeah. I agree. Buxom Blonde 2008 just says, we show up for his chair selection. They love your chair, Sensei, apparently. That chair you got.
Selection.
That I don't know what I mean by chair selection. Do you have different chairs?
No.
Just the one?
I don't know. They've got the wrong sense. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but that is new though, isn't it? Isn't that new? Isn't that chair new for you?
Yeah, it's really good. I won't tell you what it's got, and that because you'll make fun of me. But it's a good chair.
I've got a new chair.
Have you?
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
Looks the best.
That's that's the boss chair, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to have my kids' gamer chair before, but then I finally invested in the chair.
It makes a difference, doesn't it? I have to recommend the cushion I'm sat on. Makes everything. It makes it. You know, you can't do 8 hours a day sat on a regular on the regular chair itself. It just isn't. You know, this purple cushion thing is ridiculous, stupidly expensive, but you can sit here all day without any weight on your coccyx at the bottom of your back at all. Highly recommend it. I know it's stupidly expensive, but once you bought one,
purple one with the lines with the grid in it.
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah, really good. Not the $20-$30 one, the really soft one. $170 this was stupid. But I thought at the time, but I thought if I buy the most expensive cushion in the world and it's rubbish, I can send it back. So I thought I'll just buy it and see, is it really worth it? Well, it has to be for me because I sit here all day every day. So I used to have pressure, you know, that on your coccyx, when you're sitting down, the bottom of your back, always got a little bit of ache. I get up, I don't even know I've been sitting down all day long. It's amazing. Recommend that.
If I can, another seat story. So everybody shared, like you said, for being the chairman of YouTube, but one person purchased it. So the money got back to the one person who purchased it, but the way to transfer the money was through PayPal. The money of your chair was invested in 82,000 at Bitcoin and was sold yesterday at 105. So your chair is worth way more. It made money by itself.
I didn't quite get that.
What? Say that again.
Say that again.
I'll explain again.
Okay.
Your chair was purchased as a gift, was
Yeah.
paid by all of the Lucas 8.
Yeah.
They all put the money to purchase it together.
Okay.
But the money that was paid, the one person purchased it.
Right.
When he got the money from all the guys, he invested that money at 82,000 at Bitcoin, BTC. And he sold it yesterday when the BTC was 105. So your share is amazing profit for
Oh, I see. I get it.
Nice.
Very good. That's a
So
bit
we
like
came-
That's a bit like Oh, sorry, Saab, cut you off.
So it became the bank, got the money, invested it, and then bought it with the profits. That's what banks do.
lucky chair.
Yeah,
Lucky chair.
that's clever. That I'll give you that. Yeah, that's good. That's a bit like Sensei taking advantage of me getting my Robinhood gold card, and then gold kept going up and up and up and up and up. And like,
Well, let's not start on gold.
but it's okay.
for
It's
another
okay.
day.
It's okay because I used the money to buy the S&P, and the S&P's gone up the same, probably more. I don't know if it's more or less. I don't know. So it doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm never going to get over that.
Bottom line, I'm out of BTC. I don't have any Bitcoin anymore, and I'm going to start collect XRP now. I'm out of coins. I had the altcoin, Coinbase, Bitcoin, and now XRP is starting picking my coins. XRP.
Good stuff.
Sensei, you think we
And
got
not
one more
because of
chance?
Sensei. I love Sensei, but another person. You're not alone.
Is it Isaac?
Who's
And
that?
I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. But if your financial advisor tell you to buy something, I'm just saying it.
Right. On that note, we're going to send you over to Sensei's show, to his wonderful thumbnail, which if it wasn't for me sending him now, he wouldn't have this many people because that thumbnail ain't going to do it. But we might as well send him because we're here. Might as well. So, Sensei, have you done it already or should I do it?
I haven't done anything.
Right, I'll do it
Sorry,
then,
my
'cause
laptop ran out of battery. And
Yeah, you ran out of battery. He ran out of battery, didn't he? Right. So I'll click the button. I was going to send everyone to the extra channel, which would be better for me, but I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Martin. Right. Let me click on that. Right, I've done that. Now I'm gonna copy and drop it in the chat. Let me get rid of this. So Sensei's live now. He's very excited, as you can tell, about Bitcoin. Oh dear. Anyway. Let me post that to the top. There we go. Replace the pin. It's at the top. And then I'm gonna go into the video, the live stream, and put it to the top. Next. Put that there. Now there's no excuse, Sensei, that you don't get 165 people straight out of the gate. Right? If you don't, there's something wrong with the thumbnail. That's all I'm gonna say. Right, okay. There we go. Right, we're doing good. What's our subscribers
Vote
looking
on the
like?
poll. Vote on the poll.
Yeah, vote. No, don't vote on the poll. 81,869. There we go. So tonight we're going to hit 82,000 live on Sensei's show. There we go. 18,000 to go. It's getting exciting now. Right, Sensei. So before we go, why should everyone tune in? What's going on with you tonight?
Wow, in the crypto world, there's a lot. No, there is. No, we're looking forward. I just want to give a quick update. We'll see how long it's going to be, but Bitcoin made its highest price since January of 2020, so that is quite a significant moment. We are selling off, and we're coming up to daily candle close. So I just want to show everyone the charts while I'm here, and just give you an update, and then we can do a deeper dive in the morning. But it's going to be important to just have a look at the charts before the candles close for the day, because again, I've been saying this is a very tight window. Something's going to happen soon, and we just want to be on the right side of it and get prepared for it, so you don't suddenly panic when it either goes down or up. So that's why I'm monitoring it every night, every day. So please do join in, and I'll give you a quick update on Bitcoin, XRP, any other charts you want. But yeah, we will do that in about 10, 15 minutes. So go over there and give me your requests.
Brilliant. Classic Carnut said, thought Sensei comes on at 3 a.m. in the morning. He often does now. It's his new thing. Eugene Brelder says, adore our Sensei. Thanks for all your missed sleep on our behalf, buddy. And Kazansky says, you need an intro tune. Wisdom A, MUSK spooked markets or just a pullback to reload? Unfortunately, you came in at the end of the show. You need to go back to the beginning because I make more money if you do. I'll earn 1 cent per 8 minutes that you watch. So go and do that. Less taxes. So it's that, that's how much I'll get. But you should go and watch it because we did have a good debate until Sensei came on. Tried to make me look bad, but he didn't. I won. MSK thinks I lost, but you can decide whether I won or lost. Then Saab thought Saab tuned in first. Saab had to go first. Then Sensei thought Martin's getting beaten down, so I'm going to join in and finish the job off. And then Zach Zate thought he'd come and help me out and rescue me. There you go. So we're all done. Where is Sensei's little avatar? Have you got an avatar, Sensei? I don't think you got. No, you ain't got one of them. Have I got one of them? Oh yeah, no. Have I got? Is that the little mini me? Is that an avatar? Oh, I got an avatar, Saab. Didn't know that.
We've seen your avatar.
I didn't know I had an avatar.
You do cartwheels on the screen. You've never seen that.
I didn't know it was an avatar. I didn't know that was an avatar.
Look, it took over Sensei's face. Every time you do it, you look like Sensei now.
I thought it was just a little emoji thing. I don't know what it was. I made it up one day on some app and then I just kept it. I don't know what it is. It's just something. It's supposed to look like me. Does it look like me? It's supposed to look like
Brilliant.
me. Yeah, it's supposed to look like me. Sandra, are you all sorted out now? Sandra was confused this morning. She was in, am I a member of this channel? I'm a member of that. I don't know what I'm a member of. You're a member of everything. If you've got a badge, you're a member. If you can access Discord, you're in the channels, you remember, so you're all good. Sensei should get 100% vote for all the sleepless nights, plus Martin too. Remember, when he's not feeling well, he still came the next day. We love you, Sensei. See?
Thank you, Sam.
Don't forget he's in England, so he got 25/7. Because he's in England, he can leave 25/7.
25/7?
He can wake up an hour earlier.
How does
it's
that
a change
work?
of hours. The change of hours. You can.
Is this a thing you get living in California? They say people in California have a different ways of living. You've definitely got. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? 25/7?
I was shocked. For example, I delivered overnight last night, 7 p.m. from California that arrived to the East Coast this morning at 9 a.m. Just the flight, the transportation, they had like 5 minutes extra. I don't know how they did it. So he's in UK. He's few hours ahead of us. So let's call it he lived 25/7.
Let's call it that. I'm happy to call it that. I'm happy to call it that. You've got wisdom and intelligence way above all of us. We just have to go with
You're a visionary.
Yeah, that's it. You're a visionary. Do you like Sensei's thumb? Oh, where did this come from? Did you put this poll in?
What?
I just realised there's a poll in the chat. Do you like Sensei's thumbnails? 35 votes say yes, 34% say no. I'm going to end that bloody thing. Where's that? How did that get in there? Right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to send you to Sensei's exciting evening. Right, Saab, final thoughts, mate.
Oh, look, guys, great conversation. Be humble, work hard in silence, and let your efforts make the noise.
Good one. If it's okay with you, though, I won't do my job in silence because it just probably won't work as much. It might be good for a minute. Everyone goes, thank God for that.
It was to everybody else. Just
Everybody
work hard.
else.
It's a good rule. It's a good rule to have. Don't tell everybody what you're doing. Just do your thing and let your success.
But I feel left out now because I'm thinking that won't work for me. Any of that advice would be rubbish for me.
I'll give one for you then. Stay strong. dream, believe, and achieve.
I like it. Why would you look into the right? Are you reading off quotes on the right-hand side? Is there quotes written down the side?
I've got a bunch.
He's got all these wonderful things to say. Whenever the conversation's quiet, he looks to the right and he reads stuff.
Self-motivation.
I love it. Final thoughts from you, Zach?
Let me see. Thank you so much, Martin, for the opportunity. Good evening, everybody. Thank you.
Love it. And final thoughts from you, Sensei?
Dream big, start small, act now. See you on my show.
Until next time, take care of yourselves.
And
And each other.
Have a great night.